Since 1964, the Sports Car Club of America's National Championship Runoffs has been the single most important amateur auto race in the nation. This weekend, almost 600 competitors will fight for a medal in what has been called the Olympics of auto racing. This is where professional racing careers are launched. This is where legacies are born. This is the SCCA National Championship Runoffs, presented by Garmin Verb. It is the Runoffs. It is the SCCA National Championship Runoffs, presented by Garmin Verb, and it is continuing here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. After a long absence, after being here for 12 years, this absolute prestige event has returned to this venue, and the crowd has come out in droves to be watching it. It's absolutely wonderful, and the racing has delivered. It has been some absolutely superb stuff, and up next for us is going to be GT Lite. Hi, everybody. I'm Greg Creamer, joined by Dorsey Schrader, and this one should be a fun one here. This is a class where obviously in GT, if it's GT, it means it's a highly modified, even purebred race car that you can run. And we want to give you a quick look around this track with a very special lap, and it comes courtesy of Kyle Disk. This is your Garmin Verb lap of Mid-Ohio.
And he is our pole sitter. As you see him run down the front straightaway toward turn one underneath the bridge. High-speed corner here, and it's very important to get good exit speed as it leads onto the second longest straightaway, headed toward the keyhole. Now, we used to run a chicane that's off to the right there. We're not doing that this year. We're going to go all the way down the straight to the keyhole. Brake markers on your left. 180-degree right-hand corner that goes down and off-hill and off-camber at the exit. Very tricky and extremely important to get an exit shot off of here because this is the longest straightaway. You see Joe Huffaker in the Mini right up ahead of you there. And we'll be seeing more of him as the race goes on. Long straightaway leads down into turn 4, and turn 4 is the best overtaking area on the racetrack. You can outbrake people down into this corner and make a good pass, leading to Madness, a series of corners that go up and over this hill, down into a valley to a decreasing radius off-camber right-hand corner, then up underneath the Honda Bridge, and you actually get a little air here. It's fun. You pull the front wheels off the ground and land right here and make a diagonal break, and once again, climb a ridge and up over the top of the hill. You get light. The back end of the car, if it's a rear-wheel drive, will kick out on you. You'll spin the wheels up, and you got to watch braking axles there. This is a blind left-hander, blindingly fast, too, I should say. As you come off that corner, you're headed toward the carousel. Carousel's a 180-degree right-hander with a lot of different pavement changes and grip levels as you go through it. And it's important to get a run on that because it leads to the checkered flag, and there it would be in the Honda Bridge to your left.
So that is your Garmin Verb lap of Mid-Ohio for the GT Lite category, as Dorsey said, from our pole sitter here. And, of course, this is a pretty interesting class in terms of what is allowable here in this class, Hayward. And it should be a lot of fun to watch what everybody's come up with.
Yeah, guys, this is a class that started out as a combination between GT4 and GT5, but the rules have allowed some flexibility in Aero and other places that have had some of the production competitors like Steve Sargis come into it. The guy to watch, in my opinion, has got to be Joe Huffaker. Joe had a lot of challenges in qualifying. He's never started this far back in a field in the runoffs ever. He's a 9-time champion, but only 7 of those came here at Mid-Ohio.
And you're right, it's a challenge. Sitting back in that 8th spot is where he's starting in this. But, talking about that mix, there you can take a look. Steve Sargis, you talked about some of the cars that have wings that just make them look a little bizarre. Here's a Triumph Spitfire with a wing on the back.
Datsun 510 with a spoiler blade on the back. A Mazda with a wing on the back. And that was Joe Huffaker in the black Mini that we were, Hayward was going to tell us to keep an eye on him. He doesn't like being that far back. Highly unusual, but that car, that Spitfire, Steve Sargis, multi-time national champion, very fast guy in that car.
Yep, I call him Liquid Speed. He is one of the smoothest drivers, and he just never slows down. That's what's helped him win so many titles, is he's so smooth and takes nothing out of the tires that other drivers, they just can't match his pace.
Highly modified cars, Greg.
Oh,
it's crazy. You look at those Mini Coopers, those were transverse front-wheel drive, front-engine cars. That one's not. That's now a front-engine rear-drive car that Joe Huffaker's in, that he built some years. He sits in the trunk.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
literally.
He's all the way in the back of that car.
Peter
to get the weight
Shadow,
distribution.
Peter Shadow in the 2010 champ, that Honda CRX he's driving, rear drive.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could build a car from the ground up. It's a tube-frame car. So if you're not running a tube-frame car, the modifications you're allowed are pretty much wide open.
These are essentially slot cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, you've got the some tube-frame GT chassis and the like. Yep.
They call it silhouette bodies.
Yeah.
These bodies are carbon fiber or fiberglass. They're not steel. Most of them are, they're made to look like their counterpart street variety car. But trust me, nothing on that car came on your street car, with maybe the exception of the taillight.
And Kyle Disku's on pole. This is his 5th runoffs. First pole, hasn't had a medal yet, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th all have medaled, and the guy sitting in 8th has a ton of them. So he's got some pretty august company. He's settled in here, but he's been quick. His pole lap of 35.7. Nobody else into the 35s, but a few got real close. And we are getting ready to go 23 laps as the pace car makes the move in. Who's going to have it down the front straight and take the lead into turn 4? The green is about to unfold. There it is.
Kyle Disk has the pole by 4/10. We'll see if that can open him up any gap, and it doesn't look like it. Sargis has got a big run on the outside.
And he's getting pushed by Shadowin. That's why Sargis went. Shadowin might sneak around Kyle as well. If he gets it parked here, he does. He's into 2nd.
Now, trust me, that's not what everybody wanted to see, is Steve Sargis and then Spitfire at the front.
Not at all. 4th right there, number 9, Wilson Wright. 3-time gold medalist as he slots up.
And Joe Huffaker is mired into a bunch of cars in the back with nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's trapped, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really in an area on the racetrack where you can't move forward. It's got to sort to single file first. There he's having a run on that Datsun 510.
He's got his MG Midget here, which he could also run in this class, technically. And he gave that a look as well, but said, nah, I just need to stick with the Mini.
Good look at Joe sitting way back there in the back, literally back by the rear axle.
It's a great start by Jonathan Goodale in the 04 Mazda Speed MX-5, right behind that Nissan number 38 there. And Huffaker now gets up underneath Goodale. These two guys trying to get to the front as soon as they can.
Taking a look at Joe sitting in the back seat, there's another reason for that. He's about 6'5".
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, there's no way he fits right.
Big, tall boy.
And let's not forget the 99 of Michael Kamalian, who had himself a lonely run to 3rd. Oh, that's Disk, our pole sitter.
Yeah, he got shuffled. He got shuffled out and almost. He was the outside of a 3 wide going into the keyhole. That will not work, I can tell you for a fact.
That's 3rd to 5th for our pole sitter. And look at the lead Sargis has already.
That's a bad deal. Sargis has the capability to run away from this field and just leave everybody sitting.
Yeah, he had a 136.1 for his fastest lap, 4/10 off of Disk. But it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can find some speed here. And Michael Kamalian, that 99, sort of that camel-looking car.
Christopher Bovis there in the 78 Honda behind the 510. Longtime competitor. I raced with his dad, actually, back in B-Sedan days. My brother as well.
Yeah, Christopher is a 2-time national champ.
Yep. I think that car built by Jim Dentisi, if I'm correct.
He's taking a run here at Troy Emish. Did he get him? He's going to get trapped around the outside and has to give it up. So Troy Emish sitting right now, last time through was 7th. He got around on Bovis, put him up a spot.
Wow, Huffaker dropped back.
He did, yeah. The
way back. Something happened.
Attack, yeah.
Something happened with Joe there because he's behind this group now.
Wonder if he got squeezed because he was trying to get a run on Goodale. I wonder if he got squeezed and lost a little bit of that moment. Yeah, exactly.
Something definitely happened because he dropped about 4 positions there. He's way back.
Sargis just turned to 137.2.
9th place now.
There's Shadowin in 2nd. Lose battle for 3rd here as Kamalian tried to get to the outside of Wilson Wright in that orange number 9. And that opened the door up in the 92. Pole sitter Kyle Disk down to the inside of Kamalian for the 4th spot here as Kyle trying to figure out how to get back up into the fight. And he may have just made that through if he can out-deep him into turn 4. He's got him.
Oh, one of the F production, or it used to be F production, sorry about that. The 11 MG Midget in the gravel trap and very much stuck. Couldn't tell where yet. I think maybe that might be outside the keyhole.
Oh, that's Tom Tuttle, who's in the other of the Huffaker Engineering built MG midgets here.
I couldn't exactly see, but I suspect that's on the outside of the keyhole. But he is not going anywhere. Those cars very low to the ground, and they get high centered quite easily.
Yeah, Tuttle was running 15th at the time he had that moment.
I looked at that car on the grid the other day, as all Huffaker cars have always been, just immaculate, absolutely beautiful,
pristine,
cars.
Aren't they?
They're so clean
and sorted. They work. SORTED.
Yes, not assorted.
There is Sargis and shadowing in that rear drive CRX.
And Joe Huffaker continues to fall through the field. He's back there kind of losing touch with that, back around 9th place now.
He's just out flat, struggled for the pace. Oh, and shadowing a big off, and on another part of the track, the number 90 has gone around. That's Bob Dowie, but boy, shadowing that back end stepped out for a second, didn't it?
And I'm not too sure he didn't tear the front splitter off that car as he bounded through that. Here, we take a look at it. Oh, he hit the curb.
Man.
He clouded the curb, and he might have broken suspension there. And it gets into the wall. Yeah, I mean, that was a driver error. He definitely hit the curb with the tires and wheels, and then the car just went straight as an arrow. Shadowing out of the race, I would say. Take a look
watch
again.
this moment here by shadowing. Look at that. How did he save this? That's a rear drive car.
That was a lot of steering is what that was.
You bet. I could see a front drive car making that, but that's a CRX that isn't. Wow, what
actually,
a save.
The hillside saved him.
Yes.
The fact that he was still going on the uphill grade.
What that's done, though, is given Sargis an even bigger lead because that cost him a lot of momentum and exit speed.
That is history if he doesn't have failure in the car. That Steve Sargis, you don't give a lead like that to.
That last lap, fast guy.
Shadowing now still hanging in the second.
Was Kyle Disk, and he is now mounting an attack. He's right behind the orange car, your pole sitter in that Toyota Tercel.
And when the safety vehicle comes on track to deal with that, you see him there on the inside of the racetrack. I just have such a hard time with that. I should shut up, I guess.
And Kamalian trying to figure out a way to get back around Kyle Disk is Kyle trying to figure out how to get by the orange number 9 of Wilson Wright.
Wilson Wright's car looking really well.
Yeah. And Bobus's car has come alive a little bit. That blue number 78 Honda.
Michael Kamalian, I guess
it is.
And he's got one of those paint jobs that makes you look like you can't see it.
Yeah,
it's a Mazda under all that.
And he's gone back around Kyle Disk, and you know Kamalian is a good driver, but that car is sorted. It has 5 championships. Jesse Prather drove him to 3, and Dad Kent took it to 2 as well. So that car's got pedigree, and Kamalian's giving it a great run right now.
Yeah, he's like I say, he's invisible, but I did notice he's moving forward, and he's hounding right now Wilson Wright. Putting a big pressure on. He's inside of him. He got by. He got by in a place you don't get by.
That's just come alive, hasn't it? Look at Bobus down to the inside of pole sitter Disk.
Bobus past national champion, too. And that car, a good car, no doubt. It's a past winner. I think it's got history as well. I think that might be a Dentisi car that was built for Bobus.
And he's got an inside line on Wilson Wright. You can hear Wilson had to check up, and through goes Bobus, and that might give Disk a run on Wright up into the keyhole. And look into the inside. Here comes Troy Ermish.
3 wide right now as they enter toward keyhole. They think better of it. Kamalian, the car on the move, though, in his Mazda. Oh, God, I don't like that truck there. Please.
It's spooky, isn't it?
Yeah. And there's a broke car that must have just happened, actually.
Well, that's that number 90 that had that off coming out of the key carousel and apparently ended up braking and parking down there. He was probably broken, as you pointed out. And here comes Disk down to the inside of Wilson Wright, right in front of these guys.
And Huffaker makes a move and goes by the 04.
Yeah, Jonathan Gooddale. They've been having their own back and forth battle here.
Joe has not found the rhythm yet. Now he's starting to work over
Ermish in the
510, yeah. Uncharacteristic. Joe's normally at the front with that car, or the midget, either one for that matter. Many-time national champion.
Yeah, well, but you look back, I mean, there's like 3 of the Mini Coopers, or perhaps 4 in this field, and none of them have had the speed that we've seen out of them in the past. So it may just, they may just be at the complete end of their development curve.
Those cars built in Sonoma, California, at the old Sears Point track, which I was at last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess. And that's where my car was built. With
Bovis, I think Bovis just got around Kamalian. He is on the move, Chris Bovis is. Watching the background, there's Sargis in the red Triumph.
About to lap through.
And there is Peter Shadowin in second. Oh, we'll have to wait and see, because there it is. Side by side, Bovis to the inside, Kamalian to the outside. And Bovis had him, and Kamalian is showing some great straight line speed.
Trick camera angle there had us faked out. Move that truck, please.
Well, and the question to me is on these passes, is there a yellow flying for that car?
Well, there's a yellow I saw stationary there, but I don't know what their thinking is on leaving that truck there. That's just not, I'm going to say, bad.
Well, I think they're trying to figure out a way maybe to get across into the infield. But to me, that number 90 is in a safe spot over there. We think there might be now a car. We're getting a report from our cameras operators that there might be a car stuck to the outside that they're trying to deal with.
Well, whatever you do, you got to make a move. You have to be decisive and go get it.
Yep.
Or get off the darn track.
Yeah.
I'm complaining.
You are. Well, this is your race director-ish coming out here.
It is.
So back into analyst mode, my friend.
Okay.
And the other side of the coin, though, to me is if that car that's parked there on that old chicane that we don't run anymore, if it's there, if there was a caution, which would have been in turn 1 for that car, we've seen a couple potential passes under yellow, which is strictly verboten. Well, what a good battle this is. And this is for the final podium, the final medal. Last time by it was Bovis that had it. This time by it'll be Kamalian.
Kamalian with a 1-car length lead over Bovis.
Sargis officially 5 seconds up and Shadowin. But Kamalian not too far back. Yeah, they're coming after Shadowin.
Yeah, they're catching Peter Shadowin for sure. Not much, but I mean, the pressure is on.
And behind them, again, Kyle Disk. Kyle just set fast lap of the race, so that's your pole sitter who's starting to come alive a little bit. Then Wright, then Ermish, then Huffaker, Gooddale, and completing the top 10, the number 14
that car
of
might
Charles
get
Leonard.
Stronger, as it goes on. I don't know. He was a sitting duck at the beginning, but not so now. Take a look.
Ermish down to the inside of Wilson Wright, who's fading just a little bit. Wilson defends pretty stoutly down into 4. Might open the door for Huffaker.
Oh, he was almost there. He was just about in there. Might get him here. Might get him down the hill.
Watch this. Nope, not able to get it done, but
it's a tricky area to try to make a move.
Yeah, will he try something here into 9?
I think Huffaker's the faster car of those 4, but he just hasn't been able to get by and get clear of it.
Yep. Well, he carries so much speed into the corners, doesn't he?
That car is an amazing car. Let's just put it that way.
Extremely nimble.
I remember when that first came out several years ago when he showed up with a front engine rear drive Mini, everybody went, what?
What are you? Yeah, exactly.
How cool is that? I want it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, they'd seen what he'd done with the MG and the builds he's got and everything.
Full-on fabrication shop. They can build everything. They build everything. He built a lot of my Tom Gloy Mustangs. He helped us a lot with. They were the shop next to us out there.
Wow, look at this battle for second here. Outside. That's Kamalian on the outside. It's not going to work there, and he had to quickly give it up, tuck in, or Bovis was going to come up. So it's a 4-car scrap for the second spot now, and Bovis getting a good run at Kamalian out of the keyhole, chasing Shadowin, and Disk coming up behind him.
Pole sitter Kyle Disk, remember, has the fastest car, and these guys are turning track record times right now, or pole times. Here comes Kyle up the inside, takes a look. Now Bovis responds.
Well, these lap times, Shadowin had a 37.5, Kamalian a 36.8. Bovis a 36.6 and Disk a 35.9.
New fast lap around the bottom. If he can make that stick, it's one of the rare times I've ever seen that happen.
He did it.
He did, in fact, do it.
Now Kamalian is under attack around the outside by Disc, and he has to give it up.
There is no grip. There is absolutely no grip for him to have pulled that off there. That was really a gutsy maneuver to try even.
And he did. Not only did he try, he executed. That was
superb.
superb.
It's one of those moves that when you've committed to it, you say, Lord, if you get me through this, I promise I will never, ever.
Exactly.
You start cutting deals because, I mean, whew.
Yeah, that was a pretty move. If we had a Move of the Race award, that might just be it. Now he's taking a look at Shadow to the inside.
I don't think the speed differential between those two cars is great enough to pull that one off.
No, but this is
that outside pass was quite impressive, I have to say.
Yeah, now Kyle Disc is going to try and do the outside move on Bovis. And Kamalian trying to tuck down and in.
Well, that's the deal. I mean, Kamalian's sitting there looking for which lane's going to get the advantage.
Right.
And trying to position himself to be in that lane when it happens.
Well, I'll tell you, Disc on a clear track is still quicker than anybody else out there. He's just caught up in these scrums. And look at this. It's like 2 by 2 by 2 here. And now it's 3 wide. Kamalian way down to the inside. And Disc is going to take advantage again. Kamalian gets trapped a little bit. Wow, this is some great exchange. Up at the front, Sargis now up by 6 seconds.
Yeah, he's gone. He's in the next county, but this race is really intriguing.
Boy, Bovis clearly has a little bit quicker car.
Past championship winning car.
Yep. Ooh, Shadow in a little bit of a slide.
Kamalian dropping back now. Losing a little bit of space to these top 3.
We still got more than half this race to go. And I wonder if Kamalian didn't just back up for a minute and go, okay, I need to rethink my attack. Because every time I do something, I get trapped.
That would be a smart thing to do. You know, is sit back for a minute, get your breath, cool your tires for a lap or so, and then remount.
And Shadowin clearly thought that Bovis was going to try something, shallowed up his run up into 1. There's your leader, Sargis. Not talking much about him. Oh, Kamalian, nice job.
Takes a 4 off on the outside of 1, cross that escape road or that access road, which gets people in a lot of trouble.
Still got a heck of a run because he's trying to get the nose up inside Kyle Disc. And that Toyota once again. They're going to be side by each coming out.
Boy, and that's hard not to get together there.
That's a drag race now.
Kamalian to the inside. Looks like he's got some speed on Shadowin. He does indeed. He's got a nose ahead, and it's going to be a car length ahead.
So, does Kamalian get? Oh, Disc is going to try and outrun him around that outside, and you can do it. You just got to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to be exiting right up near that edge of the track.
Shadow and Bovis, wow, they are hooked.
What a great scrap, yeah.
And X19 Fiat getting lap moves over and gets out of the way. Nice to see. He's got a stricken car of some sort. That's the second time they've gone by him. He's been very heads up.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that if Bovis could get around Shadow and he would just start to drive away. I mean, and that's why.
That was pretty cool. That was a complete four-wheel slide with a front-wheel drive car.
That's impressive stuff, but I think that Shadow may have run the tires off just a little bit.
He put some heat in them that time.
Boy, didn't he?
That was all bound up.
You can see the orange number 9 in the back of that shot has dropped way back. Wilson right now in 6th, 4 seconds plus off of the back of Michael Kamalian. There he is. So with Ermish and then Goodale and then Huffaker back there in 9th. Oh, the number 14, that's Charles Leonard.
Simple spin on his own, did not make contact with anything.
Yeah, he'd been up in the 10th spot. That's going to cost him a little bit.
Just a mistake there. Slippery racetrack this time of the day, I'm sure.
A couple of lap cars Sargis has between himself and Shadowin, who has been able to open up a little bit of a margin on Bovis here, and Bovis under attack by Disc. And the Toyota.
Yeah, this has been a war. I mean, these 4 cars have really gone after one another.
They have. Boy, Shadowin is just, you have to think Bovis maybe had a bit of a moment here. There's Rusty Bell that they're working around, who's one of the announcers here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Usually mans the announce station up in the keyhole. Hear him all weekend long here for the runoffs and at all of the other events, spectator events here at Mid-Ohio. the Jegs, Toyota and TRD, Tercel.
Another one of the minis that are in the race just went by, the yellow one.
And now Shadowin had been able to stretch that margin up, but he's trapped a little bit behind that Mini.
Sure is, and Bovis might get a run because of that, because he's not hindered.
Yeah, well, he'll certainly make up the deficit that he had. Shadowin now.
To the inside and clear, and here comes Bovis.
And the Mini doing a nice job staying out.
Absolutely.
And here comes Ermish, has now gone around Wilson Wright and picked up that 6th spot.
That's contested with 4 cars as well.
It is. Good strap for those guys. Ermish, Wright, Gooddale, and then Huffaker in the black Mini.
Joe seems to be dropping back off these cars. I don't think he's 100% this week.
Like I said, I just wonder if the Mini in whatever form, it's just past, it's at the end of its development curve. There's not enough you can do nowadays.
It might be. I mean, there's always different courses for different horses.
Right.
It certainly doesn't appear that this is the right one for that car.
Rusty doing a nice job letting it go. Rusty not running full on seasons these days, and he said we just don't have the car where we need it. He said I'm not quite where I need to be, and that I wasn't going to miss the Runoffs back at my home track again.
Oh, that's a place you don't want to go off. It was a good save, actually. Michael Kamalian tore off on the outside of 9.
Kyle.
Of course, that drops off there, so when you're off in the grass and it drops off, it's not any fun at all.
So, Disc now around Bovis, and he does have that fast lap at a 35.9. It happened a while ago. But now let's see if Disc can find some success in getting around Peter Shadowin, who hasn't exactly had the fastest car or the most stuck car, but he's driven the wheels off that to keep it up into second.
Yeah, he's kept it in that second place against some really hard opposition. And I would say that they're catching Steve Sargis a little bit, but that might be optimistic thinking. No, he's still way up there.
Yeah, the margin, it was a little over 6 seconds. It's down to 5.3, but I think that's Steve Sargis.
Yeah, he's probably cool on his heels right now. With that kind of a lead, you don't have to worry. And we have 10 to go.
That's what Sargis, he is such a smart driver. Like I said, liquid speed. He's so fluid, so smooth. Now, Disc has a little bit of room back to Bovis so we can focus on that yellow Honda's rear deck. And we'll see whether he's able to pull that off. Meanwhile, let's check in with Hayward.
Guys, I just had a chance to catch up with Chris Bovis's crew. Asked if that battle for second was holding those guys up, if one of them could get free, if they could maybe chase down Sargis. Just shook his head, said, we run against Steve all year. He's checked out, he's cruising, so the battle really is for second. There's no holding up there. One thing to keep in mind, though, the Sargis in that Triumph has had heartbreak here before with the engine not making it the full race. That's really the only hope these guys have behind them.
I totally concur, and we've seen that with Sargis before. When he gets a gap like that, the only thing that's going to stop him is mechanical failure.
Yep.
Nobody's going to run him down. He's set it on cruise control. Little smoke there.
Oh, there sure is.
Little smoke out of the back of the old Triumph.
Oh boy, that will certainly have everybody's attention. But Sargis, just a remarkable record here. 7-time medalist, 7 golds. Oh, and he had some oil.
That could have been oil, his own oil. We saw that smoke coming out of there. He's going to get passed by all 4 of these cars. And there is an oil leak developed on that car. I don't see anything coming out right now.
Watch it again.
But we saw the smoke before.
He also got in way wide into that corner, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That's interesting.
We'll see what comes of that. We were just talking about him. I think maybe jinxed him.
Yeah, of course, the announcer's jinx. I was going to say he's got 7 gold, 7 seconds, 3/3 in run. 17 medals in Runoffs competition, and 7 of gold is just. It
was ironic though that we both picked up on the smoke. We were talking about mechanical failures that sidelined him before. It's Hayward's fault.
Yeah, it started with Hayward. Exactly.
He put the thought out there. We just were.
Probably over Hayward's shoulder was the Bovis crew giving the bad juju thing. And wow. So what was a huge margin of over 5 seconds is now a 4-car battle for the gold.
And I'm not sure Sargent's car is not stricken in some sort. I don't even see it, Greg. I mean, he should be at the tail end of this line somewhere, but I don't even see the car out there.
I haven't seen him. There he is.
Yeah.
He's still 5th.
But a long way back.
Yeah, if it, I would think something got onto the tires, but when I then noticed he overran the corner.
He was wide, though. Like you said, he was really wide approach on that corner.
And that's a rare mistake from him. You don't see him make mistakes, so interesting. Look at this. Disc looking to the inside.
Haywood put the mojo on. No, it's still smoking.
It's smoking pretty good.
So I think he's got oil.
His hands up now.
He's done.
Yep. What a shame.
That is a shame. Oh, he's going to try to get back to pits, but he's stricken.
Yep.
He knows it, and he's getting his hand up so the people behind him know that he's not at full song.
So suddenly everybody who thought they were battling for a silver that Hayward had checked in with, it's on. It's gold time.
Yes, now Peter Shadowin has a whole different parameter to work upon. He's winning this race now.
Exactly, and you may have thought, we're battling for second. Is somebody going to come after me and hit me if they need to for second? I don't know. For gold? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you got the pole sitter right behind you. Kyle Disc now is really, really putting some laps down.
Yeah, he is. And
8 to go.
That number 92 has got great speed. We've talked about it.
And an eventful race for Michael Chameleon.
He's
still in it.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's still right there.
Bovis, did he get a good run through the exit of the carousel and into the final
inside,
corner.
turn 1. That car, he made that outside pass, so I'm not taking anything.
And Disc looked like he was going to try and get down underneath Shadow and into 1, and he wasn't anywhere near close enough.
Chameleon on the outside now, clearly outside.
Well, I think Disc turned in so early, he had to lift to get through the exit of 1 without running wide. Killed his exit speed, though.
Absolutely. And that's all it took, too. Michael takes advantage of that. But watch this.
Boy, and you can see Shadowin benefited from that, but now they're running together, and they're closing that right back up again. Shadowin, that's one of his best laps of the race when he needed it, a 36.7. Bovis, a 36.5.
The Acura's the narrowest frontal, car, so it's aerodynamically pretty clean. Bovis isn't that much different either at the back there. But you look at Chameleon and you look at
Disc and
and they need to work together. They need to hook up as a drafting team.
And there is Sargis parked down in pit lane.
See what we find out here.
As soon as he gets his helmet off, maybe we can get a word from Heath through Hayward about what may have happened there.
Basically on cruise control there. Can you tell what happened to the car?
I don't know if I ran out of oil in the rear end and broke the rear end or what, but I lifted off the gas and it snap spin in the keyhole, and that was it. I tried to get back on, but it sounded weird. It's smoking and it's pulling.
Now, a heartbreaker for you here at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, it is.
Something in the rear gear.
Yeah.
Could have locked up an axle bearing or got an axle or rear gear. It's about to lock up solid. And there's the pass.
Oh! Just fed it down the inside now.
Pass for the lead right there in the keyhole. Chameleon, for the first time, gets to the front.
Boy, he has worked for it. He's tried all day, hasn't he?
Absolutely he has. He's been working that third position more than not, and now under attack again from Shadowin. Oh, locks up the brakes big time. He's going to go off. No, he saved it in the Mini. Oh, man. That was tight, and he's off now. He's off to the outside. Shadowin by.
Wow, the Mini of 49 Ted Phoenix may have given
Disc
him a
by.
And Disc is coming up.
Bovis by.
Oh, boy, he really lost momentum.
He got the tires dirty. He got off the outside, and he got built up on the tires. Now he's going to take a lap to get that off after all that work. Now he's back to fourth.
And when they come around and complete this lap, 5 to go, so still plenty of racing. And we've seen Chameleon come from fourth
it's his
in this race.
First sniff of the lead there, and it wasn't there long. Just a a little mistake, and that's all it takes. You know, you get off in that gray area, you start picking up that rubber, spent rubber, and it takes you a while to get that worn back off.
Yeah, he was third last year in this race, got himself a medal, and this is only his third runoff.
Oh, and again, he's off the road to the outside of turn 1. Kamalian again now has picked up more debris on the tires. He's going to have to keep that car on the racetrack, I guess. He's not going to get it. He's not going to catch him if he's scrubbing these tires to get him clean on the car.
Well, we had talked about when he had seemed to back off a little bit earlier that, to back off, reset, see what he could do. It worked. He got to the front. Maybe he needs to do that again, but the issue is time lap.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. He's kind of running out of time to be backing off. He lapped traffic again, but he's pointing everybody by. Another really good response from him.
Well, that's the thing. If you get the indication from that driver in the lap car when he points, all right, now you know he's seen you.
Right. If he makes any move at all that you can see, you know that you're safe.
Yep.
Because you know that he knows that you're there.
Yes.
If you get nothing, then you just never know what you're going to get.
And if he knows that you know that he knows that you're there, that's going to work out.
That's all good. Call me on myself.
All right, here we go, up into 11. Ooh, boy, shadowing. He has no issue flat sliding that little Civic, does he?
Well, he's got disc all
or
over.
CRX, I mean, yeah. Bovis, Kamalian just has not been able to catch the back of that group.
Good run here.
Oh, yeah.
And Bovis is hounding, too. He's not too far off.
Not at all. 19 in the books, 4 to go. Shadowin just set his best lap of the race, a 136.33. Good run. Bovis a 136.1.
More traffic in the way, though.
Yep.
They've got 4 more rounds to go. So far, the traffic has been really good. Every one of these drivers has been cognizant.
Yep. And again, a shout out to the corner workers here that are
blue
just
flag
superb with the blues, advising the drivers. And all the blue flag means, everybody thinks it's the passing flag. No, it means check your mirrors.
Yeah,
that's all it means.
It's not a command flag. It's an information flag.
That means check your mirrors, be aware. And everybody has, the blues have been fantastic, and the response from the drivers being overtaken has been equally so. And now Kamalian is finding that speed again, but boy, he almost overruns the exit there at the top of 5.
All these guys pushing to the limit right now. I just saw both Shadowin and Disc really got close to the edge of the pavement.
Yep.
And they are still. Bovis is hovering there.
He sure is.
He's in a perfect position if something goes awry. Those 2 touch up there and wiggle just for a second. He'll be right by both of them.
We're not wanting to jinx anything here, but last year this race there was about 10 seconds between first and second, more than that between second and third. And this year there's not a second between first and fourth. This is fantastic. 20 in the books, 3 to go.
3-car duel now. It looks like.
I think Kamalian's tires are just
Kamalian's losing grip with this front trio, but that might not be bad.
Oh, Disc. He had a great exit out of 1 and tried to psych Shadowin, and then Shadowin had nothing to do with that, covered it beautifully.
Bovis has a look, that's more of a antagonizing gesture than it is anything else. This is a good run for 78, though. Really good run with Bovis coming out of the keyhole. We'll see if he might pop down here.
Well, and maybe the 2 of them working together can push him a little bit back up on Shadow, and this has been such a great chess match. And
inside, I think he went defensive more on Bovis than he was trying to make a pass on Shadow. And I think he just didn't want him up in there.
Yep. Well, Bovis tried this outside pass before and made it work. Wasn't quite close enough that time. And the more these guys, if they get up on Shadowin and get underneath him and get him offline, that could bring Kamalian back into the picture.
He's not that far back.
No, he's not.
He's within the proper amount of distance if this gets silly up front.
Into the carousel.
Boy, they all drive it in there really deep. Kamalian's back in the game.
He is. Bovis really does that diamond we've talked about to get out of the carousel with a good head of speed.
Oh, and on inside run here.
Yep, and Disc, the shadow in the back end stepped out a little bit as he turned in, and that's what kind of invited Disc. And look at Kamalian, he's there.
And Bovis is going to have a piece of that too if it works that way.
Well, Bovis is now looking at the back of Kamalian's.
Kamalian through for third.
No.
But can he hold it? Now Bovis to the inside of him. Drag race down the straightaway to 4.
Wow, what a cut and thrust battle this has been. Coming up on the back.
Lap traffic is moving over again. Thank you.
That's the 40 of Joel Hipp. And points him right through. Let's get down to Hayward.
The 2, it'll make more sense. Guy, quick, here in the runoff. Cruise wrong.
Yeah, a little bit of a technical issue there with Hayward, so sorry about that, bud.
Ball
and here we go. He's done it before here.
And he's going to do it again because this left-hander will get it done. He'll jump over the hill in 3rd place. No, not yet, but now he's got it.
Boy, that's twice he's made that movement on the outside at 6.
That's just, it's a very unconventional pass. You're not ready for it. I don't think I've ever been past there, actually.
Yeah, he apparently has huge bravado through there.
Yeah, he's got confidence in the car and its drift, that's for sure.
Now that did cost him.
It did cost him.
Those two getting side by side like that.
Big wide attack through the carousel. I liked it.
Yep. So now he's got to really put his head down as we're coming around.
2 to go.
2 laps remaining.
Can they catch Peter
Actually,
Shadow?
this is it. Final
1
lap.
lap to go. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got a yellow. I mean, we got a white flag. And now Shadowin is trying to be clever. He's got Disc all over him.
And look at Kamalian
trying to the outside of the Honda is not going to work.
And then he tried to squeeze the Honda a little bit, and Bovis having none of it. But
Bovis loses time, so now it's a 2-car battle.
Boy, where can Disc get this done, if at all? Shadowin, I mean, he's been sliding the car, but he's caught everything, and he's been quick.
Kamalian around the outside of Bovis takes it.
And Disc now moved over. Shadowin defending huge down into 4. And Kamalian's off.
And there's, Bovis lucky. Lucky not to get contacted there.
Boy, that might settle the bronze, but the gold's still up for grabs.
It certainly is. Actually, now, believe it or not, Bovis is not that far off.
Wow, he's got through that amazingly quickly.
He got through it really good. And if these two should bobble at all, he's going to be there.
Well, no question. These last few laps, Disc has been shadow and shadow.
Last chance.
Can he do anything?
He's too far back technically.
He is.
Might still try it.
Shadowin got just got to the inside beautifully there, made it stick, and Peter Shadowin onto the front straight, adds another gold, 2-time champion now they can call him. Kyle Disc from the pole into 2nd and the silver medal, and multiple champion Christopher Bovis adds another medal to the collection and brings it home in 3rd, and Michael Kamalian, who was 3rd last year, 4th this time, and must have wondered what if. He had a couple of offs and it cost him, and you can see some debris up in that radiators. That can't be helping. But wow, look at Shadowin. Absolutely delighted. The 2010 champ, and now gets his 2nd one and puts it in the books. And let's be honest, had there not been some sort of mechanical for Steve Sargis, he likely would have claimed an 8th gold medal. Such was his lead at the time, but that's why they run the races. And these guys, once they pick that lead up, they put on one whale of a show.
We've seen it before with Steve Sargis. That older Triumph Spitfire is highly stressed to run at the pace that he puts it through. And we've seen that car fail mechanically before. That's not the way you want to go out, but
no.
This was a great race.
This truly was.
Yeah, 4-car battle for the lead throughout the entire race. The fans are happy. They're all waving and cheering.
And to survive that level of pressure, because he had to survive pressure from Bovis. He survived pressure from Kamalian.
Yeah,
and then for the last 6-7 laps.
Well, all those cars led with the exception of Bovis, I believe.
Yep. And it was just an exceptional drive by Peter Shadowin in that rear drive CRX. Pretty cool story.
And to see him throw him into those corners with, just all bound up and sliding on all fours. It's just good stuff. No way about it.
Yeah, that one time he came through the carousel, just absolutely. It looked like he was running a dirt oval backwards.
Great driving
and
there.
And the tires stayed underneath them. That was the other impressive thing.
Now, they're lightweight cars. I
Yeah.
mean, they're really good cars. I mean, these are real race cars.
Yeah.
But that being said, take nothing away from the drivers. They just put on a clinic. They were really, that was a hard-fought race from the green flag to the checker.
Well, yeah, let's put it into perspective. On the second to the last lap, Shadowin ran his best lap of the race at a 1:36.1, 3/10 quicker than he qualified.
Yeah,
That's how hard they were racing.
You could see it. They were using every bit of the road, you know, getting the cars all squirmy looking. The way you like things.
Yeah, squirmy looking.
Yep.
Always like to see that. Wow, what a race. So eventful and such tremendous battling. And Peter Shadowin, that car's almost gold. We'll call it gold now because he's going to be stepping out and getting one, getting one wrapped around that neck of his. Once he gets that helmet off, wow, what a story. What a drive. And I mean, you survive that level of pressure no matter what. I mean, he got it thrown at him by 3-4 different cars.
That's a full-on factory Toyota development. You know, those cars.
That TRD, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of help.
You bet they are.
Technical help from the factory and help with hard parts, etc. As I am sure Peter Shadowin is as well.
Yep, and we're going to hear from him in just a minute as soon as we get the high sign that they are ready down in the pit lane victory circle area. All right, let's head on down. Hayward.
Peter Shadowin, everybody got a chance to take a shot at you at that race. You held them all off. How's it feel to win your second championship?
It's awesome. You know, we came up here with this being our first time at this track. I'd never been to the runoffs at Mid-Ohio in a driver capacity before. So, you know, we were hoping for a top 10, and as the week progressed, we were hoping to just get an impound. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, everybody but Sarge just had a chance at me. You know, unfortunately for him, he broke. Fortunately for us, I think he's a little upset because I bumped him on the start. We accelerate his car a little bit. I didn't realize by how much. But, yeah. I saw Kyle back there. I saw Chris Bovis back there. I saw Michael back there. There was probably somebody else, but...
Talk about the challenge of keeping this clean. You guys ran close the entire race, super clean racing.
Yeah, it was, I mean, fortunately there wasn't a whole lot of side-by-side racing except entering turn one in the keyhole. Michael and I, when he came up on the inside, we did bang pretty hard side-by-side, and I thought that might have been it for both of us, but we both kind of regained, and I think he might have lost a position, but I maintained mine.
Well, congratulations to you on your second national championship.
Thank you.
And he's got that lap of honor that's going to be coming up here in just a couple of moments. But talk about an entertaining drive by a great, great competitor, no question about that. In his 10th start, gets his second gold medal at the runoffs. He had a good year in his majors season as well. 3 poles, 6 wins, and 8 top threes in 8 starts. Pretty impressive. Now, let's get back down and here with Hayward from our pole sitter and silver medalist.
Kyle Disk, you started from the front row. You had a great battle. Talk about your drive.
The runoffs are awesome. This is a great group of guys. You know, they pushed me really, really hard from the start. I kind of flubbed the start. Steve had a great start, and well, I wish I had his start. And so I fell back to third by the start, and then made a little mistake. Got a little, you know, one of those like, let me try to take a really big bite. Ooh, you know, my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Fell back to like 6th or 7th or something. Fought my way tooth and nail back up to third at one point and back to 5th, and I think we exchanged second place. Oh God, everybody led. I mean, everybody led. What a great race.
How satisfying is it just to be in a race like that and then come up with a silver medal?
Oh, look, this is what it's all about. You know, I mean, I came here just with the goal of having a good weekend, having a great race, and doing the best I could. I knew that finishing in the top 10 in this strong of a field was going to be a massive accomplishment. I'm thrilled to finish second, and that was definitely the most exciting race of my life.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Hayward.
Boy, you could hear the enthusiasm there. And, you know, that's the thing. When you're in a race like that, you know, if you win, awesome. But if you don't, you were in a true championship-level battle.
Like I say, it was from start to finish nonstop. I mean, those guys hammered each other, and everybody took turns going to the front, with the exception, I think, of Bovis.
Well, and we'll find out why. He got close a couple of times, Hayward, and he gets himself a bronze.
Chris Bovis, a bronze medal for you. That was a fantastic battle between the 4 cars. It looked like you always were the guy nipping on the heels of somebody else, but never could quite make it to the front of the field.
Yeah, you know, we were quicker in certain areas, but there weren't areas where I could really capitalize. We were good coming out of the carousel and down to 1, but can't really get around him too well there. Quicker down through Thunder Valley. So all the areas where we were quick, man, it was just really, really hard to pass. But I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a race, and Shadowin deserves a win. In fact, I think all 3 of us on the podium deserve the win after that one. That was an amazing. I hate finishing 3rd, but that was an amazing race. It was a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations to you on a Runoffs podium.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, we heard it from everybody. What an awesome race.
Yeah, they'll all be happy as can be after driving. You know, when you're done with a race like that, you're happy for 2 things. It's over, you're safe, you know, and then you got time to embellish and think about it. And it's like, did we just do that every single corner, every single lap for the entire race? And yes, they did.
Because that's what it's about. And there's Michael Kamalian right there as we look at the results. I mean, you know, he probably passed more cars than anybody else in that group. It's just that he'd overrun something at some point, but ends up with a 4th to go with his bronze from last year, and he's got some options as well. So, boy, I'll tell you, what a race in GT Lite. And we are continuing, of course. Lots more yet to come here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the 2016 SCCA Runoffs presented by Garmin Verb. Up next, it'll be Rick Benjamin and Randy Popes bringing you the next couple of races. Dorsey and I will be back to round up this second day of activity. So stay with us here. And for Dorsey and for Hayward down in pit lane, thanks so much for tuning in to the coverage of the Run to the Gold in GT Lite. It was a remarkable race, and in the end, Peter Shadowin comes home with his 2nd gold medal. Congratulations to all of our medalists.